Welcome to the video tutorials of the book Methods, Evaluation and Research in Education by Mohammad Aktaruzzaman. And today we're going to learn how to do paired samples t-test in SPSS. In fact, this is an inferential statistical test. In paired samples t-test, the t-test is applied to two groups matched in pairs, as well as in case if a single group is tested twice before starting the experiment, which is pre-test, and after the experiment, which is post-test. Let's go to an example. The chief prison officer wants to know whether the food served by the authority has any effect on the fat development of the prisoners. He has selected 10 prisoners out of 100 and tabulated their weights during their entry in the prison and exit. The data are kept in a file paired samples t-test. Considering the above scenario, now we're going to test the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis is there is no significant effect of food served by the authority on the fat development of the prisoners at 0.01 level of significance. Let's see the SPSS data editor window at the screen. Now, go to File, then Open Data, and then Data File under SPSS Evaluation folder, and open the file Paired Sample T-Test in the SPSS Data Editor. The file is shown in SPSS Editor in the Data view. Let's check it out in the Variable view of the data. There are two variables, x and y, which are of numeric type, and the scales of measurement are scale. In the label column, x is denoted as weight during entry and y as weight during exit. Go back to the data view of the SPSS data editor. You see the variables at the top of each column and also see the weights of 10 prisoners during entry and exit. Now go to the Analyze menu, then Compare Means, then Paired Samples t-test. Select Weight during entry and weight during exit both at a time and move them into the Paired Variables field. At the same time, select the Options button and specify the confidence interval. You see 95% is given, which is already there as default. Change it to 99%, which implies 0.01 level of significance. Click Continue and then press OK. See the output at the screen. The mean and standard deviation of the weight during entry and exit are shown in the first table named Paired Sample Statistics. In the second table, Paired Samples Correlation, it is observed that the correlation between the weights during entry and exit is 0.884, which implies strong positive correlation between the respective weights. Let's see the third table, Paired Samples Test. In this table, the sig value is 0.000. For testing the hypothesis, SPSS needs only the sig value to be compared with 0.05. Remember, the sig value generated by SPSS and this level of significance is completely different. In SPSS interpretation, sig value greater than 0.05 means acceptance of the null hypothesis, and on the other hand, sig value less than 0.05 means rejection of the null hypothesis. The sig value 0.000 is less than 0.05, which implies the null hypothesis is rejected, which means research hypothesis is accepted. So, there is a significant effect of food served by the authority on the fat development of the prisoners. In this test, the level of significance is 0.01, which is equal to 99% confidence interval. It means if we repeatedly draw samples from the population and calculate the mean for each sample, we would expect that 99% of them would fall between the lower and the upper 99% confidence limits. However, using the t-value, degrees of freedom, level of significance and type of test, two-tailed or one-tailed, you can do the same interpretation manually. The details of it are described in chapter 10 of the book, so just check it out. Hope you have understood the paired samples t-test. Now you can practice yourself on different data set to gain better understanding. Thank you for staying with us. It's Yazdani saying you goodbye.